illusion of his world. And this is not the time to wonder. And this is not the time to cry. And this is not the time to sleep while we fight. And this is not the time to die. And this is not the time to wonder. Cause this is just the time to feel. Don't worry about the beat. Don't worry about the world. It's the crashing of the city. But that's the time. No, that's the Das Spiel läuft. Irland mit dem ersten Ballbesitz. Spannendes Spiel. Platz. Technische Schwierigkeiten hier. Rausgefallen. Mal schauen. Technische Schwierigkeiten. Zu kriegen. Technical difficulties at the table. Game clock just went off. Referees and the table officials trying to sort out a solution. Yeah, things have been sorted out now. The game will continue. Just a brief talk to the coaches and the captains, and it goes on. First turnover. Deneen intercepts this long finish pass. 2 points. Ireland 0 Finland at the moment. But Jukka Parviainen on its way to their first Finnish goal. Stephen Elmore was close by, but didn't intervene. And now another 12 seconds to the front court. Deneen secures the ball, but Jukka Parviainen goes for the help ball and succeeds. Now turnover. Ball Finland and a long pass to the captain Antti Sinisari, who scores now 2 points each in this game. Ireland against Finland at the European Championships in Koblenz Oberwert here in the Conlog Arena. It's Stephen Almer scores for Ireland. Very good pressing by the Irish team versus Finland to take the first technical timeout. Gives me time to remind you that there are souvenirs to buy at the table. A cup, a mug, a scarf, a nice souvenir of this event. Mobile is waiting to take your orders. And timeout is up. Finland stays in ball possession. And Sinisari blocks the way for Jukka Parviainen. But here's trouble, and Ellen Lynch successfully tackles the Finnish low pointer, so he cannot get control, cannot get hold of this ball. Turnover for Ireland, very strong first quarter. Deneen at the side squeezes through the defense. Now at front court, very good block by Stephen Almer. Deneen scores 4-2. The Irish fans are cheering their squad. Likewise, the Finnish fans on the other side are calling out Suomi Suomi. Score getting closer now. 4 points Ireland, 3 points Finland. Deneen on the way to their 5th point, 2-point lead here for Ireland in the first quarter. And Jukka Parviainen calls for inbound. And Sinisari has troubles getting to the front court. And now Tuukka Niso, 2-point player, scores for Finland, and very solid pressing. And then Lynch calls for a timeout. 30 seconds, technical timeout. 12 seconds to the front court for each team. Their pressing tactics tries to prevent this, and with a technical timeout you can stay in possession of the ball, which were not just in. 4 of these technical timeouts for each team during the game. On each team hasn't taken one so far. Almar calls for inbound. The Finnish team has chosen to do zone defense here, giving way. But that was too easy. Very good block by John McCarthy up the corner, and easy score 6-4. And Jukka Parviainen, very secure, very cool to scores for Finland, and on the move again, Deneen following Lynch, who blocks. And a long pass to Stephen Almer. Score for Ireland. Kaniso fails to pass on the ball to Sinisari. But the ball deflects off an Irish player who intercepted this pass. So White stays in possession of the ball. Some questions from the bench, but everything's sorted out now. Another 30 seconds for Finland to score. 27 seconds. Difficulty is very strong. Irish zonal defense, but Kaniso finds the gap to score. Deneen 8-6, still a 2-point lead. Oh, trouble, but Kaniso gets hold of the ball and now pass to Parviainen just in time. 12 seconds to the front court. That was a very close call. Good job by Deneen. And Jukka Parviainen, who has no time to rest, plays every quarter, every game. No substitute for him at the bench of Finland. And Deneen uses the good block of Alan Lynch to go for this goal. 2 digits now. 10 Ireland, 8 Finland. Ireland is still maintaining the turnover from the early start of the game. But still enough time for Finland to catch up, but this is just blocking in Jukka Parviainen, but he manages to pass on the ball to Antti Sinisari, who scores 10-9. Kaniso calls rebound. Parviainen doubled by Deneen and McCarthy. And that's another turnover now. Ball deflected of an Irish player. Finland stays in possession of the ball. Tuomas Della at the inbound. Throwing to Parviainen, and Sean McCarthy was a little bit too close. So Tuomas Della couldn't move on to court. That's a technical foul. The trap by McCarthy has been positioned a little bit too close to the sideline. And now power play to Finland. The Irish do not really defend. They want their player back, and Stephen Almar has been trapped in between these two Finnish players. Calls for inbound. Nice give and go with Alan Lynch, but Jukka Parviainen is there. Difficulties in the front court. Almer is facing backwards, which is always difficult, but Lynch puts in a lot of effort and pushes really hard to get hold on this ball. Secures the 2-point lead of Ireland against Finland, 12 points to 10. To Caniso for a score on the fallen player. Stephen Alman chipped over. But in front of his own device, that's not really a big thing, just fixing in the legs and see if everything's alright with the equipment, and on it goes. Anthony squeezes in the corner to score 13 for Ireland. Very good defense, Stephen Almar blocking off number 2, Duo Caniso. John McCarthy calls for inbound. The Finnish team is positioning themselves in their zone. Very exhausting pressing, but it needs some rest, especially Jukka Parviainen, who is playing all the games every quarter. No difficulties, but Lynch succeeds and scores for Ireland 14-12. Parviainen, long pass to the captain, Ante Sinisari. Passes on to Tokaniso. They're trying to kill the clock on it. 30 seconds left, 15 seconds now on the goal clock. Patiently, they wait. Excellent tactics here, because they just waited to use one of the tactical timeouts and score the last goal. During the defense, number 8, Stephen Almar, has been pushed out the court and receives a 1-minute penalty on that, and another 10 seconds for Finland to score. Tukaniso scores, and yes, Alan Lynch complains a little bit about wanted to have a fast inbound and to maybe score in the last second. Looked like the Finnish player couldn't forward the ball to the referee in time, but now 2 minutes break here in this game. Oh God, this is moment. 20th century's yesterday. You can care all you want. Everybody does it. Okay. So slide and give it's awesome. I've got to let you. I've got to let you. I want you tonight. 'Cause I'm not sleeping. There's something about you, girl, that makes me sweat. I'm lonely, can't take it all. Gonna live my life so slide and it's awesome. I've got to let you, I've got to let you know. I want you tonight, 'cause I'm not sleeping. And on it goes. Second quarter, Ireland. Possession of the ball. Trying to maintain their 2-point lead. Very solid zone defense, but Lynch just waits at the corner to score. 15, 13. Jukka Parviainen runs like a train on rails over this court. Elmer tries to get in his way. Bob's been pushed away. Janine, number 12, scores. Still a 2-point lead by Ireland, 16-14. Cedric Dugong. Seen contact before the whistle here. First warning for the Irish team. McCarthy catches the ball, but very much under pressure. Finland tries to get hold on this ball, and just when the ball drops off the lap of McCarthy, Finnish player Tuokaniso reached an illegal use of hands. 1 minute now, power play for Ireland, and the Finnish coach Jussi Imonen is called in tactics. Usually very calm coach. Just got very distinctive. He's calling in some measures. Oops, almost flipped over, and Janine tries to put some pressure on that ball, but the pass to Parviainen Della is blocking the way. The pass to Parviainen. 17, 16. And a very, very long pass to Stephen Almer, who scores for Ireland now. 18-16, still a 2-point lead for the Irish team. Difficulties for Finland. Very good pressing, and Deneen tries to prevent that score, but Caniso, no problems. Scoring here for Finland, and Alma in trouble. Very close call at the middle line, but manages to throw away the ball before his wheels are making contact to the backcourt. Oh, trouble for Finland. And Deneen is pressing that ball successfully. Held ball. For Ireland, and Stuart McLinnon, the Irish coach, calls for a substitution. Michael O'Hanlon now on court for Stephen Almer, who needs to rest. Also, the players, they cannot sweat, so they need to spray their bodies with water to cool down. Yes, very good defense. The Irish successfully prevented this pass, and now a turnover. And a chance for Ireland to get in a 3-point lead. But trouble. Very solid zone defense by Finland, but Deneen finds his way through, and the ball is going to be changed. It's either too slippery or too sticky. Very close, very long ball to Deneen, who needs to stretch out to get hold on that. Now 3-point lead, 22-19. Finland now under pressure, although they are in the front court, but now the pass to Jukka Parviainen, who forwards to Caniso. Tries to get a hold on just fixed the pixels. Ireland now on their way to score, but Deneen has trouble, needs to push backwards. 3-point lead, 3 minutes to go. Lynch at the inbound to Deneen. And Jukka Parviainen is throwing away the ball out of the hands of Deneen, but Ireland stays in ball possession. O'Hanlon, yes, just in time to keep the 12 seconds. Now Tokaniso is trouble forwarding the ball, but just in time he makes it. Like 12 seconds only the teams have to forward the ball to the front court. Once in the front court, the ball is not to be played to the back court again. Their Finnish team is changing tactics to pressing. Deneen is looking for the gap. Jukka Parviainen tries to push him to the corner, to the cone, but Deneen fast enough to cross to the goal line 8 meters wide. You need to control the ball and cross the goal line with 2 wheels, which are either the little ones in front or the big ones in the middle. The little wheels on the back are not considered to be wheels, they are anti-tipping devices. You cannot score with them. Oh, very, very good move by Deneen, who avoids the traps, and Jukka Parviainen tries to throw away, slap the ball off the lap of Deneen, but very secure the ball there. Still a very solid 3-point lead by Ireland as the last minute of the first half starts. But that was a turnover by Finland. Just a delay. Oh, I just misjudged that. It had not been a turnover, still a 3-point lead for Ireland. It's just a little delay in the score, but now less than 40 seconds left. The goal clock is switched off. O'Hanlon tries to get hold of that ball. Jukka Parviainen calling the score wants to, but there he was unconcentrated. O'Hanlon gets hold of the ball and he has the time to score. Turnover. The score to a 4-point lead. That's the end of the first half. Finland against Ireland. European Championships, the game for the 7th and 8th place in Koblenz. 5 minutes break. back in the second quarter. And the Irish are cheering their team. Tuka Nisso just served a 1-minute penalty for foreign decay. 29-24 now for Ireland. Jukka Parviainen passes the ball on to Tuka forwards into the captain, Antti Sinisari. Now they're Finnish pressing underneath, just drives around them and scores for 30-25 now in the second half. The teams are scoring at their benches and Thomas Stella very much under pressure, but manages to pass on the ball to Jukka Parviainen, who scores for 30-26. Alan Lynch coordinates the offense. Elmar with a long pass to Dean, who manages to sneak out the close coverage of Thomas Dela and scores for Ireland 31-26. And Finland needs to find some measures against the strong Irish. And trouble here, the low pointer in possession of the ball, and lucky, but Parviainen has been a little bit surprised by this forward pass of his teammate. They couldn't get hold on the ball. It's another turnover for Ireland and the chance to score further ahead, but Elmer can't get a hold on that pass. Parviainen picks up the ball and prevents another turnover goal by the Irish, who remain to have a 4-point lead now. Elmer in the front court, but under pressure in double. Needs to dribble, yes, every 10 seconds the ball needs to be dribbled or passed forward, and a lot of action here at the sideline. The Finnish players try to get this turnover. They desperately need to close in. And a long pass to the low pointer, Thomas Taylor. Great goal for Finland. And again, long inbound. Alan Lynch to Steve Elmer, who is following his captain, which is blocking away Finnish players with difficulties. Scoring here at the sideline at the corner of the zone, and so the ball passed on to Dean, who scores for Ireland. timeout. Chance for both teams to get new tactics. You see Monan is using the tactic board to draw some new tactics to bring his team, and Finland is running late on the inbound. Duvon starts the game, and two low pointers, Teller and the captain Antti Sinisari, are on their own device here against Deneen, the high pointer. Jukka Parviainen blocked at the sideline by Lynch and McCarthy. Very, very good effort. Finnish team manages to score. Long pass to Elmar, number 8 of the Irish team. Secures this score and lead. 5-point lead now. The Irish team, so dribbling at the middle line. Not always a good idea, and the low pointer is very much under trouble. Very much under pressure here at the sideline. Thomas Della cannot get rid of the ball, although his teammate tries to call for a timeout. An Irish player laid his hand on the ball and held the ball there before the timeout was called. That's why Finland stays in possession of the ball. And the next ball would be then for Ireland. Front court inbound. A very precise pass from number 2 to Canisso, but been slapped off the lap, and no goal there for Finland, although they stay in possession of the ball because the ball was deflected by an Irish hand. So no turnover here. Long pass to Deneen. The last 4 minutes of the third quarter just started. Very good pressing by the Irish defense. Finland has troubles to forward into the front court and are forced to take a tactical timeout. The third of their 4 timeouts. Each team is 4 times out. Or was it the last one? Well, anyway, it's a tactical timeout for Finland. And Imonen, the Finnish coach, uses this opportunity for a substitution. New on the field with number 3, Santeri Martikainen, because the captain Antti Sinisari is just very, very exhausted. He's been playing all the time now in this game. He's positioning himself now in front of the cooling fan. He's been spraying some white on it, some water on it to cool down because we cannot sweat as most of the people here, most of the players. And number 2, to Organiso. There's a punctured tire, very quick release axle, swift repair, and on it goes. Deneen to scores for 36-31, 5-point lead in the third quarter of this game. 7th and 8th place after European Championships, and trouble. Long pass to the front court onto number 3, Santeri Martikainen. Shake hands with Jukka Parviainen for that great move. Finnish fans are cheering their team. There are Suomi calls from the stands to push the defense. And Ireland now for a coach timeout, 1 minute, substitutions, and new tactics. Get a water, get a food. Finnland now under pressure, has difficulties to pass on the ball, but the Dean picks it up from the floor. And tripled here in the trap. Finland desperately needs a turnover. Jukka Parviainen tries to get hold on that ball and hits the knee at the shoulder. Therefore, 1 minute in the penalty box. Very long pass. Score for Finland. Lynch calls for inbound, and the new ball as current play ball has become too wet and slippery. O'Hanlon pushes. (39-34). Still a 5-point lead for Ireland in the third quarter. And only 1.5 minutes to go. Parviainen pushes to the front court. Lynch at the inbound. The Irish very well screened off, but a nice lob to O'Hanlon, and Denis now leads to forward the pass, and Alan Lynch does the only sensible thing in this situation, because 12 seconds only to the front court. It would have been too short, too tight. There's still 3 technical timeouts left, so he uses one of them to keep his team in ball possession. Little drink, a little spray. Little discussion there with the German referee. Sillingivo starts the game. 25 seconds now for the Irish to score. And trouble there. Santeri Martikainen tries to get hold of that ball. And O'Hanlon, just at the last 2 seconds, scored for Ireland, and have 45 seconds left on the game clock left in this third quarter. And Jukka Parviainen, he's very exhausted, has to play every quarter, every game, all the time. The ball has been deflected off the hand of an Irish player, so Finnland stays in ball possession, but trouble here at the sideline. Cleared by this good pass onto Jukka Parviainen, who scores for Finland. And now trouble again, getting to the front court, but Lynch is there. He manages it just in the last split second to throw away the ball to avoid a backcourt violation. And the seconds are counting down. Turnover for Finland. But the buzzer stops the Finnish team from scoring. Another 2 minutes break before the fourth quarter starts.
Relax, don't do it when you wanna go to it. Relax, don't do it when you wanna go. Relax, don't do it when you wanna suck it to it. Relax, don't do it when you wanna go. When you wanna go. Relax, don't do it when you wanna go to it. Relax, don't do it when you wanna go. Relax, don't do it when you wanna suck to it. Relax, wanna
Very close. At middle line, under pressure here, Deneen is forced to take a tactical timeout to avoid backcourt violation, to keep his team in possession of the ball. 20 seconds here. Ireland is back. Last quarter. Forty 36 now. Difficulties for Lynch to now Deneen to get out of that trap, but as Lynch escaped and is blocking his way now for Stephen Alvar. 41-36, 5-point lead for the Irish team. Little hit there at the goal line, but no problem for Finnland to score. Deneen now. The long pass to Lynch, who is pushing to the goal, and Jukka Parviainen tries to hit Lynch to prevent this score, but rock solid, he moves on. 42-37 lead now for Ireland. Still 7 minutes left in the last quarter, so Finland really needs to press now for turnovers. And a pressing on the Irish team, which has difficulties, but Lynch manages to forward the ball into the front court in the recommended 12 seconds. And Parviainen tries to get hold on that ball to secure a turnover for his team, but hits Deneen at the arm. That's an illegal use of hands, therefore a penalty goal, and now he just troubles to pick up the ball. He's just very exhausted here, has to play all the time, and that gives Ireland the opportunity to get this turnover goal, and Deneen is scoring for 44-38, and Imonen does the only sensible thing in that situation. Takes a timeout, brings in his team for a minute of relaxation and new tactics. Thomas Tiller at the inbound for Finnland. Jukka Parviainen here. He is really the center of Finnish tactics, the three-pointer. 3.5-pointer. Deneen scores for Ireland 45-39, and the Irish now are drawing back to their south defense, not pressuring the 12 seconds, but rather the 40 seconds goal clock. Very good, no gap in there. 10 seconds in the key. Santeri Martikainen couldn't score, and only 10 seconds in the key for offense. Players allowed. Gives the Irish the opportunity to score again, but very much under trouble here. Although Deneen manages to throw the ball to Alan Lynch, and the captain of the Irish team scores now 46-39, a very solid lead for the Irish team. So maybe a little bit too early, but this is going to get very difficult for Finland, who cannot score, who is pushed now to the cone, leaving the court. And the Irish again in the forward movement. Elmar passes on to Deneen. That's 47-39 lead now for Ireland. And will be very difficult for Finland now to come back into this game, as the last 4 minutes starting. And there looks like the Finnish team is also mentally exhausted. Errors, unprecise passes. You see Imonen, the Finnish coach, subs in. Tuomas Tela leaves, and Anna Pasanen on the court now. Again, Jukka Parviainen tries to get hold of the ball to get the turnover, to steal the ball, but he hits the Irish player. 1 minute illegal use of hands, and the Irish are stalling the score, taking time off the clock to give Finland less time for their desperately needed turnovers. Very good, very tactical play by the Dean. 10 seconds now, is moving slowly to the goal line. That's the score, and in 2 seconds, Parviainen calls for inbound. And Pasanen positions herself in front of a little hit. Contact before the whistle. Against Finland. 3 minutes left. And Ireland is subbing. Elmer and McCarthy are getting back to the bench. O'Hanlon and William Doggart on the court now. The bench calls for inbound. The captain also constantly on court. Very valuable player for his team. And has been pushed to the sideline by Parviainen, but manages to pass the ball forward to Deneen, who again tries to stall and gets taking some seconds off the clock. 2.5 minutes left, and number 3 of Finland, Santeri Martikainen, cannot get hold of that long pass. Another turnover for Ireland. I think it's probably it now, as Ireland is scoring for a 10-point lead. Deneen, 15, 14. I think that the Irish victory now is inevitable. Lynch for inbound. Both teams I think are taking it a bit easier now. Although they're pressuring. And a long ball, and just before the Finnish player Dokaniso catches this pass by Jonathan Malmal. 12 seconds are up. Although there's still tactical timeout left, which probably the player forgot about. But no problem now. It's a very solid 10-point lead. Before the turnover happened, Finnish player left the court. Inbound for Ireland, but first of all, there's an equipment problem. Naomi O'Reilly here to fix the chair. There's no way plays on a little bit depressed now here. Looks like there's a health issue. They need to sub. Oops. A little chip. Player falls. Naomi O'Reilly taking care of the Irish player. Issue there probably. Number 33 of Hedlund. Put up again. 1.5 minutes left. On the court now, William Duggart, Alan Lynch, Danilo Hedlund for Ireland, Organiso, 2-point player, pushes out of the penalty box, and Pazanen for inbound. Long pass on to Parviainen. No problem for him to catch that ball. Lynch now on to O'Hanlon. The last 40 seconds of this game started. And Alan Lynch taking the last of the tactic timeouts to avoid loss of possession for his team. Captain in difficulties forwarding the ball. So 30 seconds. 27 seconds on the goal clock. 29 on the game clock. That'll probably the last goal for Ireland in this game. One-on-one here for Hanlon. Yuka Harviainen is putting some pressure on. So his team has some seconds left to score. 15 now on to number 3. And likewise, trying to take up, and now an effort to score. Long pass, Lynch secures the ball, tries to take a timeout, but there's no timeout left. That tactical measure failed again. Opportunity for Finland to score. Long pass to Pasanen, but just too short. Ireland wins 52-43. Next game will be Poland against Germany. Das nächste Spiel, meine Damen und Herren, ist das Deutschland-Spiel gegen Polen. Startet 11:45 Uhr, Viertel vor 12. Das Deutschland-Spiel. Und gehen Sie in unseren Verkaufsstand, kaufen Sie noch Tassen und Schal mit dem offiziellen EM-Logo. Eine kleine Erinnerung mit nach Hause an diese tolle Zeit hier in Koblenz-Oberwert in der Cottbus Arena. Ich habe gerade gehört, die Schals sind ausverkauft, aber Tassen hat's noch. Holen sich eine Tasse für Ihren Frühstückskaffee